recording. Okay, so wow, so we're recording now. We're a few seconds into it, and basically, I'm just, just a quick recap. Sorry, guys, just going to recap for those because I've literally just pressed the record button, and we missed a little bit of the intro, which I was talking about. The whole purpose of Browsio is to use these sites to drive traffic, which is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to jump right in. And to drive traffic, the main thing you need to have is the right content. That's what it's all about. It's all about having the content that's going to actually drive that traffic. That's all it's about. And if you have that, driving traffic becomes so much easier. And why it's hard to basically, thanks Clint, I just saw that. Why it's hard to just put content out and wait for this traffic to come is because generally the content that you put out or I put out or what we think is gonna be interesting to people, it generally isn't, right? So if you're a big content marketer, and that's pretty much what I specialize in, is content marketing. Got a whole bunch of viral sites, a few sites that are in the top 1,000 of Alexa, and we know about driving free traffic, driving viral traffic. That's what we do, right? So I know that a lot of the times the stuff doesn't go viral. A lot of the times the stuff you get traffic, it sticks, you understand there's a little bit going there. What was the emotional hook? What got them to, but it's never a science, and it's pretty much just churning stuff out and hoping that something that you're going to do is going to strike a nerve and it's going to go viral. And sometimes, that does happen, and it happens, it'll happen a lot more often, if you're constantly putting content out there, right? I think I shared a page on a site that I built a while ago in the group, and we had something nice viral traffic. It was like 2.5–3 million unique visitors over 24 hours, which was very cool. And we don't do that all the time with this site, but it's constantly putting stuff out there that is definitely getting a lot of mini viral traffic from lots of different sites, not in the millions and millions, but when the content is good, you have a much higher chance. So that's what the whole purpose of this module here is to find, and we're focusing on Facebook, and we have in place, we're going to be putting out stuff for Pinterest as well, and we're going to be doing the same thing with a few other social networks like Tumblr, WordPress.com as well, and a few others, and we're going to have the same sort of format. But right now we're focusing on the biggest one, the big boy, which is definitely Facebook. Facebook is the place where pretty much the world is. Everyone's hanging out on Facebook. And, if you get something that's really popular and doing really, really well on Facebook, then it's going to do considerably well in other places. And because Facebook is the place where stuff generally starts to go viral, if you get stuff at the beginning, or at least when you've seen that it's gone, it's popular and it's got a lot of interest, then you go and share that in other places, and you'll also get the same kind of interest. It's like curation, right? It's like curating a really hot subject, a hot article, and sharing that article in another place, and it's just basically gone. And because you've curated something that's been popular, that's already popular, you're just sending something out. It's another. You're another mini traffic source, and you're getting that traffic source. Sorry, guys, and you're getting that traffic source. And you're getting that traffic directly based on the content that was provided, and you're another traffic source. So in other words, the content that you're constantly putting out, the content. So we're using Facebook as the guaranteed sort of litmus test, right? Where we know that the stuff that's going out on, let me just close this off, guys. Sorry, it's confusing me a little bit. I'm just going to quit Skype. So we're using Facebook as basically the judge, jury, and executioner kind of thing. We know that if it's popular on Facebook, it's going to be popular in other places. So we don't have to worry and focus so much on creating the content. It's just a matter of curating the content, right? So when you're curating stuff, you already know that stuff is going to do well. It's got already a certain amount of popularity because you've taken something from somewhere that's already doing well. So it's curation. You all know, everyone knows what that is, right? So I'm going to show you how it works. Very simple. I've got a whole bunch of different keywords here. This is a bodybuilding one. And it's very, very quick. So I'm just going to show you how the pages will come back. So we're bodybuilding. Let's just see what comes up when I type in the word muscle. I don't think I have that one yet. And we're going to go and we're going to find the top content on Facebook for muscle. And it's very, very fast. It'll come back. And the thing is, when you get results from your regular Facebook, when you're doing a search, you're getting like 50, 100 results. Oops, I misspelled muscle there. So it brought me back 437 results of musky. Right. Okay, so M-U-S-C, muscle. Okay, let's try that again. So this is Open Graph. We're pulling the data here straight from Open Graph. Okay, and this crawler is basically a combination of Open Graph, and it's a combination of crawling. So with the pages, we're using Open Graph searching. So what happens is you just click. The way that it works is these are the terms. You can double click on that and it'll open up all of the pages like that. So you could have a look through in this way if you want to spend more time browsing through it and decide which ones you want to send and share. And it comes up, and the same thing will come up over here on the right hand side. So basically, each one you can, quick browse. You can just click on it and have a quick browse on the right hand side. So you just click a page. You click a keyword here, and here are all of the pages that Facebook Open Graph are bringing back. And again, it's just quick browsing. So you instantly, and what you can do to browse through all of these, to get to the top ones, right? So if we're in, let's say, funny, right? So when you're in funny, you can go right click over here and we can order this by likes, right? So these are the pages ordered by likes, the most liked pages. And then we right click again and we order by talking about, because the likes are cute, right? But we know how easy it is to get fake likes. That's easy, right? So, all right, so we got a lot of likes, but we want a lot of people talking about the pages, right? Then we know there's real user engagement and there's real content being shared there. That's where people are hanging out. There's obviously really cool stuff going on there. So we right click, order by talking about, and boom, that's where the gold is, right? This is where the real gold is where you've got so many people talking about, right? So look, we've got 740,000 likes and nearly 600,000 people talking about it, right? And this is with fan page, fan page, fan page, fan page. Okay, these are all fan pages, 261,000 people talking about. So we're just going straight to the gold, right? We're just going straight to where we know there's so many people here talking. Look at this, 76,000 likes, 160,000 people talking about it. That's real engagement. Okay, so this is a very, very broad overview. I say broad, but we're really razor focusing here on what we're looking at instantly, right? So immediately we've just got the best pages, the most highest performing pages on Facebook in any niche. Okay? I mean, are you guys following me? Are you with me? Are you seeing understanding how this is going to work and help with your finding content and just Facebook marketing in general? I mean, any marketing. Let me see where I can get where's the, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I saw that misspelling. Okay, great. All right. So once we've done that and we've got a breakdown of all of the pages in order that we want, right? Like if you want to do in order by likes, then by all means you can do that. Just mix it up and see, the different things. I mean, you've got 430 pages here, right? So there's a lot of content to go through. So you do want to check out all of it. I mean, for my main pages, the main money pages that I'm using to actually download content and repurpose it, I make sure to only filter through the most popular pages. So what I do, right, so what you want to do, the next stage from here, so you've done a search, you've searched for pages, groups, events, the places and events for local marketing is great. And then you've got photos, videos, and people. So the breakdown, just to explain to you, is you've got pages and groups, which works with pages is all entirely pulling open graph data, right? Which is why you'll see a lot of different maybe things that focus on only pages and why nothing else focuses on these areas here, right? So groups we can crawl in the same way. So here are the groups, funny groups, 154 groups. Funny pictures, 123 groups. So, you know, and you can order it by members. So you see the most amount of members and you just click on that. And when you, by the way, if you want to just have a quick look, you just double click on that and that'll bring you to this. It's not the browser, but it's actually called the Dominator. It's the area where you can just use, you know, you just quickly interact with a page, be like, okay, cool, like that. And let me join this group actually. Okay. 500,000 members, funny and happy. Jeez, there's so much traffic in these groups, guys. You don't understand. This is where viral traffic comes from. Okay, this is really, look, unless you've got like a huge news site, this is where you're going to be getting, and unless you're spending like lots of money on getting making viral catalysts, like spending some money on StumbleUpon, on every post you're doing, you know, unless you've got that kind of money and you've got that kind of budget and you're sending stuff out in Taboola and you've got different paid networks. Do you see that? Just as we're talking, another friend request. So unless you've got that kind of budget, which is awesome if you do have that budget, you still are going to be leaving a lot of traffic on the table, and free traffic, because this is where the free traffic and the viral traffic comes from. You want to hang out in groups, and what you're doing in these groups, just from a strategy point of view, is you're looking, one second, let me grab a drink. You're looking at what people are saying, right? Because you've got, okay, so this is just a funny group. You know, so if you've got a funny post, you've got a content site and you want to get it viral, this is an awesome place to post it. 599 likes. Dude, I mean, okay, it's a little bit whatever, but it's not, okay, it's not poor and it's funny and happy. I mean, I have no idea what this means even, but there's 500,000 members, and if you've got something that's funny and you post it in there, they're going to be like, hey, you know, that's awesome. Let me share it if it is that good. So this is how it works. It's very simple, right? I know, you know, we're talking too much now about Facebook, but I'm giving you an idea of, because this is specifically for the Reddit case study, but it's about content, right? And we're using the Facebook module to find the content. So we're doing a little bit of strategy over here at the same time, because you're going to have this, you might as well use it. You know, so while you're finding content, you can just, you know, share, post, like, get involved, build the authority of your profiles, right? So this is also a little secret here, how you can, you know, get people to just befriend you and like you. Look at all these confirmed people just asking to be my friend here. I'm not even trying. I mean, these are not me going out. So it's basically interacting. One of the ways is interacting, liking, commenting, and so on and so forth. Obviously, you want to be doing it in niche-related places. So I'm just using totally viral stuff here. Okay, we can go niche and look at bodybuilding. Okay, so let's get a bit more focused here. And as you can see, we got the same options there: ordered by likes, ordered by talking about. So this is ordered by talking about. And immediately we have got the hottest bodybuilding. Like even bodybuilding.com ain't got nothing on these guys. Who the hell are these guys? Stars of bodybuilding. I mean, we've all heard of bodybuilding.com. Never heard of these guys, because they're not getting ordered in that way. For some reason, maybe I mean, according to this, the engagement is much higher, because the talking about is 151,000 and bodybuilding is 37,000. That's pretty interesting. I thought it would be higher for bodybuilding, but there you go. Okay, so there you go. This is basically the #1 bodybuilding page on Facebook, with 600 9,000 people that like it, right? But the key here is that 151,000 people talking about it, because that's real engagement. As you can see, 202 shares. And look at that, 5,283 likes. That's engagement. You get involved in this conversation here, you're driving traffic, guaranteed. Okay, so the point is, here is the content that you want to be putting on Reddit. Okay, this, maybe not this one. I mean, this was posted 5 hours ago. So, and it's got 6,000 bloody likes. I mean, if you're doing bodybuilding, that would definitely be a good image to come up with an article, you know, use some of the content that's being spoken, use some of the comments here, because, you know, you might not know so much about the niche that you're marketing here, but these people who are commenting generally do. So just use the comments as well from a strategy point of view. Use the comments to understand a little bit more how to communicate, and maybe even use a spin-off of the comments as a title for your post. And you know, you can use that, you know, post that image on Imgur, your WordPress.com post, share that to Reddit, and you're going to get some traffic like this one here. 2,300 likes. I mean, that, you know, find a caption. Phil looks like Jack Nicholson. So there you go. Okay. I mean, I have no idea. 15 comments. That's the #1 comment, apparently. So Melvin Anthony up to something, or Phil looks like Jack Nicholson. So you can say that, hey, and that would probably be really funny. So you can make a meme out of that, whatever, and link your WordPress blog to your meme, and you know, and share the meme on Reddit, right? So you don't always need to be sharing the page, and that's the whole point of having all these other Web 2.0s, is you're not always just sharing your blog. You're going to be sharing an image that you put on Imgur and Reddit. There's a huge synergy over there, and the awesome thing with Imgur is you can put a full link, an HTML clickable link underneath the image, and people click on that. And I'll show you. I did it one this morning. Was it with this one? I'm not sure if it was with this one. There was one. I think actually there was one I can show. It's this one. Let me just see if I can find it. WordPress. Let me just see what it was. I can't remember, but I know I did like a post on one of my WordPress sites and drove traffic. Take the where is it? Stats. Was it this one? Okay, so as you can see, look, I didn't do anything today or the day before, but yesterday I did, and look at that. Look at all that traffic. 738 views, 650 visitors. Okay. Okay, show off. I can't believe this one got that many views. Look, from Reddit, Facebook, and like I said yesterday, Google got so jealous they had to send me a visitor. So from posting that, I got that traffic. Okay, and if you're doing this every day, you're going to be getting that traffic every day, right? So I'm just showing these. I'm doing this on so many different random blogs, getting days with 600, 700, 1,000, 6,000 visitors. And these are all of the right signals that you want to be sending to Google. And I'm making a point of using this on sites that don't have any kind of real history with Reddit. And you can see I haven't really been testing and messing around over here. I just used stuff that already went viral somewhere else using the Facebook module. I found something. Let's find what it was. Let's find what it was. What was it yesterday? Oh, this one. I remember that. Look, this is what it was. Okay, show off. That's it. I found that image somewhere in some Facebook fan page. All I did was that. That's it. You know, I mean, you can link to your money site from here, to your affiliate site from here. You can just build massive authority to your WordPress.com sites, your blogger sites, and link from there. You're driving traffic to your money sites. You're filtering it up. You're getting a lot of authority pushed through, all this traffic pushed through, and you're also getting your money sites to have all of this traffic as well, right? By doing it directly to your money site. So over here, as you can see, I'm just using a WordPress.com site, which is free, and I generated 700 visitors yesterday. And all I did was go out to use this thing here and find it within minutes and just posted that. Okay, so again, the flow is like this. Here's the searcher. You can search like this, and you can search for pages, groups, events, places, photos, videos, and people in the same way, right? So what you want to do is right-click when you want to drill down further. So we've just drilled down en masse all of the pages, every single page. Just drill down en masse. These are all the bodybuilding pages on Facebook, at least the ones worth talking about, the top 400 or 500. Guaranteed there aren't going to be like lots of really popular ones other than the ones that are in here. Okay, that's it. I mean, there's probably going to be a whole bunch more really crappy, pages that have no visitors, traffic, or anything, but there aren't going to be any more. So this is definitely going to get the best. Sorry, my throat's going. I have to have a drink. Okay, so what we want to do from here is drill down. And here's how we drill down. Right-click, and then we can dominate, send that to the dominator, right? So we could do just one if you want to be really focused. And he just sends that one to the dominator. I'm not going to do that because it's already there. Or dominate all. So if you just want to have everything sent through, then you have all of them that will get sent through. I'm not going to do that. Or generally what I use in the main sites, like this one here would be my main. This is like one of my little gurus that I use, that I'm using as this case study. She's got like 5,000 real 5,000 real friends, 300 followers. Hey, the posts are just, the engagement is crazy. I'll show it to you in a minute. But right now we're not talking about that. So what we're going to do, what I generally do in these main profiles is I right click and then dominate all selectively. And what that means is I can now filter down the fan pages that I'm sending over to crawl. Because what I'm then going to do is crawl each one of these fan pages and get the best content from that fan page. And that's the next one. And we can filter and drill down by having only the pages that have got, 500,000 likes. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this talking about, and generally I like to do that's the best one. So let's say I want the pages with, let's say, 50,000 people talking about it only. So there's only 3. I mean, that's massive engagement, right? So if I really only want the most engaged pages, because don't forget, this is not just to find content. This is also using the dominator is there to also engage, right? So here is where all of your fan pages are. These are the fan pages, right? So it's, and I'm going to get back to this in a second, right? Just want to break it so you understand. So we've just done the search. These are all the fan pages, 430 bodybuilding fan pages. Now I've just drilled, now I've got all of the top ones here. Now I'm going to drill down and get the best ones. And I'm doing via talking about. And generally 1,000 people talking about a page is good, right? But there's a lot in it. Sorry, so if you want to do 1,000, you see how many people are there, right? Look, there's a lot. And I think that's what I've done over here. This is via 1,000, right? So what we do here now is we've got these, and these are the fan pages now from bodybuilding that I've sent, and it might not work because I've just updated it. And let me just check. So what you do here is to drill down here. So how these came here was I was in the search, right clicked, and I dominate all via 1,000 people, 1,000 talking about, and then I click OK, and then it's going to tell me to which fan page. So there, I'm not going to click OK because I don't. Well, I can, because no, I'm not, because I don't want the duplicates. And, I mean, even though I can dedupe it, I don't want to do that. I just want to quickly run these while I'm showing you other things. Okay. So what we want to do once you've sent those pages over to the dominator is right click and then crawl all stats. And what that's doing there is it's going through each page and it's crawling the top 100 posts, I believe. And you can then go in and further crawl all of the images and all of the videos on the page, right? So just for ease and speed, we're only crawling initially and bringing back the top 100 posts. And as you can see, it's going through the pages fairly quickly. Don't forget, we are doing all of this behind proxies. And there is actually something I have to show you to do, because you can't actually just do this without a particular stage, which is important. And I'll get back to that in a minute, or I'll do a very quick video. It's just a matter of authenticating. And it's a matter of authenticating, not an app that we've created, just pure Open Graph stuff. So it's not connected to any kind of an app, nothing. It's pure crawling and pure Open Graph. That's all it is. Okay, so so it's crawling through all of these pages, right? And it's already done a crawl, so I already know which ones have got, you know, how it's ordered by. So I'm going to order, it already knows which, you know, how many people are talking and what the likes are. So I'm going to order by how many people are talking about it. And that's the top one here. Double click, and that brings up the page here. So you can go and engage, right? Like that. You know, very, very easily just get into conversations. What a back. Dedication, whatever. Okay, that's not going to get into conversations. You know, you do need to spend some time, say, like, hey, see what this guy's saying, and maybe get, you know, reply to this guy and just get a conversation going, right? So to break down this page, we have over here the page info. Okay, so we have page info, we have the photos, all the videos, the posts. Just close these down for now. The posts, and then the feed. And we've included both because we get different results in a lot of pages. Not all of them, but it's worth scraping through and also seeing what's happening in the feed. See, and it's gone through all of those pages already, right? So we just scraped through all of those pages already. That's just what we're talking about here. Okay, so we do the same thing in here. So let's look at the posts. I like to look at the posts and then the feed. We do right-click, order by likes. So let's have a look at the most liked content on this page. Damn, insane legs. Okay, I think I posted that somewhere and it got some great likes as well. Here's another one, motivation. So you can just click on the post URL and it'll come up here, right? So you can either take the content, right-click, download, or you could use it to engage, right? So 11,000 likes. This is how, and if you're just engaging with the top content on Facebook, you know, you're basically hobnobbing with the best of the best, right? So, and when you're doing that, you know, you've got gurus hanging out there, you've got, you know, real, you know, people that once they notice your content, bloggers, they're going to start sharing your stuff, you know, and this is how you get stuff, not just viral, but this is how you get real natural backlinks, you know, and what we're doing here is we're repurposing this content because we know that this is a very, very popular bit of content. So if we share this and you take that video, download that video, and you put that video, sorry, you can't download it from there, you have to go in here, videos, then you right click and order the videos. Yeah, because I didn't download. Got to order the videos by likes. So you can do the same thing here, just purely looking at the videos, and then we can load all. So that's crawling, that's going back. See the load all. So that's going back and crawling the page for the history and actually loading every single video on the page or in the Open Graph history. So you have all of that, and then we can order this by comments, which we'll then, I guess, know the most engagement. But this doesn't make sense. Probably because it hasn't pulled the information back. Maybe it's an Open Graph bug. It didn't pull every last bit of info. So, okay. And then we can order it by views. Right, so there's a lot of content there. It's just waiting for it to load. It's got to load, right? So we've got like 1,000, like, look at all these videos. I don't know how many are in there. Right, so same thing with the photos. We can order the photos and you can load them all. I'm not going to do that, so it'll just take too much time. You see, it'll go from there to something like that. And then you can order this by likes, order this by comments, double click, This is the most engaging post from an image with comments. So you can 377 shares, all those comments, right? So, and this is how you get, and so if you're just engaging, or you're using it to download the image, or you're using it to download the video, whatever you're doing, you've got it all accessible here. So you just download a video and then use it to go. And by the way, don't change the title of the video until you've saved it. Okay, so once you've saved it, you can change the title. Don't change the title until you've done that. It just won't save properly. Okay, so that's how it works. You just right click, download image. The image you actually have to title, make up a title, whatever. And the video, you actually have to just leave the video that, otherwise it won't work. And for some reason it's defaulting to text. Just make sure it's on all files. Okay, so I believe that is it with actually using it to find the content. Some other strategy, I'm just going to talk about the last bit here, the post sorter, and then we'll get some questions in. I see it blinking and I'm not looking at it yet because I'm just going to get confused. Oh, let me look at it quickly just in case there's some sort of an emergency. No, okay, nothing, no emergencies. Okay, so the post sorter, this is a very cool thing. So what these guys are here are going to be her little minions, you can say, or little groupies. And these are the people that I'm sending content to, because it's going to get a little bit, and it was getting a little bit overwhelming, having to go through each profile that I have, and like, because I'm not using, like, I'm not expecting every one of these profiles to have authority like this one with 5,000 friends. It does take a little bit more work, a little bit more engagement, a little bit more time, and you just don't have time to do that with your accounts that are just there to help bolster you, which still in their own right have an awesome amount of authority, because I'll show you. Here is an example. I think here's one of them. And this is basically one of my little groupie accounts, and I use it to boost likes and so on and so. Actually, I'm not going to go to Facebook yet. I'm going to get us up to, this is a cool new addition as well, guys, with the anonymity. We're up to 100%. We've managed to perfect that, and you're going to get that in this update. So look, what we want here is we want to disable Flash, we want to disable Java, and we want to disable the tracking, and you want to sync the time. Okay, and the time is 6, right? -6. So you get, come up here, you get -6, central time, apply to session, and look at that, anonymity 100%. That's awesome. And that means there's like nothing, there's nothing they can track you with, and the time, everything is perfect. There's just nothing for them to get suspicious about. They cannot be suspicious of you. End of story. 100% anonymity. So this one here I use, it's just basically this is not an authority in any way, but she's got like 100 or so friends, and I use this to 244 friends, real friends, friends that have friended her. Okay, look, people saying, cheers mate for accepting my friend. Another one, Mel C. So, you know, like, these are pretty real accounts. And I use, and so basically what I'm saying is it's very overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, you know, going through all of these posts and trying to find content and doing this for each project, especially when, you know, you're just using this project just to like stuff on this one here, right? So what we've added in here is an awesome feature here, the post sorter. And what this means here is, you can see, you probably noticed this little thing, add to sorter. And what you do here is, as you're going through here, right, first you go into the post sorter, and then you add projects. And you take these projects and add the ones that you want to be connected to this main one, who are going to basically be your sharers, your main groupies, people who's, you know, every guru's got, you know, a few people that's always sharing. Every niche has always got a few people that are constantly on. It's just the way of the world. It's the way it works. So we're just duplicating what is real, right? So what you're doing is you're taking 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 to 50, however many you want, and you're adding them here, right? And you're adding them here, and these are going to be people that you're just sending links to in order to just share, comment, you know, maybe make a mention of her in the comment, which is really cool thing to do. Hint, hint over there again, how to get people to come to you and befriend you using your other profiles to mention, you know, and your friends. These are friends of hers. So you're actually friends in real life, in real Facebook life. Okay, so this is like strategy, real friends in Facebook life, so that when you get a message, you know, when she posts something or comments, you know, the other person gets the message and comes back and be like, hey, yeah, very funny. And that's increasing the edge rank and the authority of these profiles, right? So how do we get content to these guys in order to just, you know, we just want to send, we just want stuff for them to quickly log in. We just want to log into this account, basically. We just want to log in and share something quickly, like something quickly, get involved in something quickly, something that's top, something that's worth getting involved in. So in the Dominator, right? What's going on here? So in the Dominator, what you want to do here, let me just close that so we get a full view, is add to sorter, right? And as you're looking through pages, you want to add to sorter, okay? Like that one, add to sorter, okay? And then you can go to another page from here, and now we're on another page here, and add to sorter, and then we do okay. And then we're going to add those links to Adrian, okay? So now Adrian, which is here, logs in. Sync time, Buffalo. Okay. 90% because, ooh, blacklisted. Look at that. So I'm going to want to change that. I'm not going to log into this one using my Facebook, but I can show you here in FB Conversio. And that's why I suggest as well having Hooer as the main page, because it's just going to show you immediately if your IPs are blacklisted, or you know what issues there are, DNS, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's what you want to do. I'm not going to log into my Facebook, but I'm going to show you in Facebook Conversio in the post sorter. I now have 7 URLs to syndicate. Right, so I just basically go right click, double click on that, which I'm not, and it's just going to bring me to that post. And then I can share it, I can like, I can comment, I can do whatever, and then you get a click here that it was already shared. You click that it was already shared and you save that. And then when you come back, you'll know not to save that again, not to share that again, and so on and so forth. So the post sorter is basically used to sort campaigns. And it's used to get content to all of your little underlings, your little groupies, all your little minions that are going to be used to boost your main profile. And that's the Facebook module. That's it, really. I can see this thing is going. I'm not sure what happened there. Let me just cancel crawl. Cancel crawl. What's going on here? Cancel crawl. Okay. Right. So that's it, guys. Any questions? Am I ripping images? Yes. We're just ripping the images, as you can see. We're just downloading them. I actually did something on Imgur with, hold on, I did something this morning, something else, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show you now. And another niche altogether, an eSig niche. And I grabbed an image and I added to it. Let me just show you what I mean. Let me sync the time. Where are we there? -6. Apply to session. Okay. Yes, you can sort by share. I believe you can sort by shares. Have a look. Sort by shares, yeah. Order by likes, order by shares, order by comments. So you know exactly what to expect engagement-wise, right? So if you want a lot of comments, that's what you want to be posting. You want a lot of shares. Let's see what's got a lot of comments if it's different content. A lot of the time it is. Okay, so this is what basically got 8,000 likes, but 900 comments, 2,000 shares, right? Let's have a look at that. So it's a video, and there it is, right? So the idea is you're engaging in the hottest parts of Facebook. You're bound to get traffic. It has to happen. That's just the way it works, right? You're hanging out with the traffic, you're having conversations with traffic, and you're doing exactly the same. You're not spamming, you're being real. You're jumping in, you're having conversations. Hi, Christine. I see you just got here. So let's see what else. You're loving it. Yeah, me too. I love this whole module. And we're going to be doing the same thing I mentioned in the beginning with Pinterest and Tumblr and other social networks, because with the search, if you've just turned up, Christine, I'll show you. And for those who've just turned up, we have the search here. Yeah, I'm sharing this to Reddit. Clint, I'm going to show you what I did just in a minute, just a sec. So I want to break down what's actually happening here. So the pages is pure open graph. The groups is open graph at this stage. And then later on, it's crawling. And events and places, I believe, is open graph. But photos and videos take longer to crawl because we've had to crawl it ourselves. So we're actually crawling, but you don't have to worry about any issues getting banned. The developer has spent hours in syncing it and seeing exactly what requests are coming through, exactly how a normal person would do it. So there's no issues there whatsoever. And you don't get as many results, but you still do get the results, more results than you would get usually, or at least you have them so that you can filter them and see which ones are worth sharing instantly. So if I do a quick search for muscle in the photos, you can see that it's going to take a little bit longer than usual. Like right now, is basically it would have taken that amount of time to pull back 400 or so fan pages, because it's just open graph. And what's happening here is we're just basically crawling as per Facebook's guidelines, as a real human would crawl. Okay, so and another one thing I didn't mention as well is you can actually share and send to the dominator directly from the browser. So if you're in the browser and you're in Facebook from the browser, cracking my knuckles, I shouldn't do that. And you do a search here for muscle, and you have the options here for photos, videos, pages, places, groups, right? So you can do groups and pages from here, and you can also, the problem is you only get these results, right? So you have to scroll all the way down until there are no more results. And these are also going to be like pretty popular, but I don't understand how Facebook decide, because you've got fan pages here with like 50,000 and 86. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how their algorithm works with these particular results, and it's very hard to understand until you go ahead and dissect it and see who's talking about what, where the engagement is, and what's really happening. So basically, you could right click. So what you want to do is you want to right click here, and then you can dominate or dominate all, same thing. So you can dominate that just one and send that to whatever tab you have there, or you can dominate all and it goes ahead and creates, dominate all, and it will basically send all of the pages into wherever it is that you allocate from here. Okay, so you can use both the browser and the search. I mean, I'm using both, but generally it's more than enough here. And okay, we've got 73 images back for the word muscle. Okay, so those will all come back here, and these are all the different images. right? So we can send all of these images to the Dominator, and it's actually pretty cool how it does this. So I would do a new image. So we've got muscle images. So we've got a new folder there. Close that. Go into search, and then I'm just going to send them all to muscle images. And now they're all here in the Dominator, muscle images. You've got to save it, otherwise it's not going to save all of those links. And then you right-click, and then we crawl all the stats. And it's basically the exact same thing, and it's going to be a lot quicker than the pages because we're just basically scrolling the image, right? So you can immediately download straight from there. And you've got a whole, you can see the comments, right, for making your content, getting your content ready based on these images. Download straight from there, and then it's the same thing for the videos, right? So you can do failed to save image, right? Because I didn't save it. Okay, and you do the same thing for the videos. Oh yeah, because I cancelled it, so they're not all going to be there. But you see, but this is how it works, right? And then you right-click, and you can order by likes as well, and same thing, right? So this is the one ordered by likes. This was the most popular one. 72,000 likes. Like, what is it? Why is this got 72,000 likes? Who knows? But you know, there you go. If you share that and look at what they're saying, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get too into that right now, but anyway, you guys get the point. Okay, let me just close that down. These teams are slow. Okay. 72,000 women think he's hot. Yeah, you're probably right. Right. But that's the whole point, is we don't really even need to think about it because we just know that 72,000 people liked it. You just need to share that somewhere, and, you know, where there are similar minded people, and it's going to get, you know, a good amount of attention and love and traffic. Right. So that's basically what we're doing. We're grabbing images from Facebook. We're grabbing videos from Facebook, we're posting them, and here I was going to show you. This is what I was going to show you here. I did this on a vaping, used Imgur, and I have here social. Oh, actually, I'm just going to use the Reddit one because Reddit. No, okay. So I'll just do all of them. Open browser. Okay. So I was on WordPress, another WordPress.com site. And this is actually an interesting one because I didn't do it directly to the page. I just did it with a with an Imgur thing as a buffer. So as you can see, 20 views, best ever. Where's that? Yesterday and today. Okay, so Facebook and Imgur, and this is all traffic, right? And these are all, sorry, what statistics software are you using? Nothing. This is just WordPress.com. It comes with that's why one of the reasons I'm using it is because you just can't mess with the stats. I mean, this is what WordPress give you, right? So this is traffic from WordPress, traffic from Imgur, and it's all showing good varying traffic sources. And if you've got a money site that you want to link to and put on these Web 2.0s, you're sending really, like, you're sending like a natural funnel, a natural backlink funnel of traffic, which is just Google love it. Okay, so here is, let's look at the images that I uploaded. So I got this image and I added text to it, and this was the one that actually did the best. Got 8,000 views. Let's just look at it properly. 8,000 views. Oh, here's the stats. Sorry. Okay, so I wanted to look at it properly. So here I grabbed the image and I added these words. I added start vaping, he said. Save money, he said. And I posted this on Reddit, and it's still trending in the vaping section as of today, well, as of this morning. A whole bunch of, yeah, okay, so let's go straight into vaping and see where it is, if it's still there. And I think it's just fallen off, but it was there earlier on today. It's just fallen off. And maybe it's on page 2. There it is. Yeah. See, look, 90 upvotes one day ago. And that's why Reddit, you need to be doing all the time. You need to be doing it every day, and you need to be sending different properties every day. And you're going to be generating traffic every day, right? And it just takes literally 10, 15 minutes to research, update, post, WordPress.com, Imgur, Money Site. You're sending a funnel, a beautiful, you're stacking the domain authority at the same time, creating natural tiered backlinking structure, all with real backlinks, generating real traffic. And Google is seeing this real traffic. It's just perfect SEO, really. I'm not saying there's no room for PBNs. If you have PBNs, I mean, we have a PBN poster, right? So you can go ahead and add PBNs and boost whatever you want to boost out of these Web 2.0s that you want to rank in Google, right? So there's no, for sure, you should definitely be doing that. But this is the cleanest way to do things from just driving traffic, and also getting a lot of SEO love at the same time, because it's basically, this is what SEO and social media marketing has become, really a lot to do with social media. So let's see, any more questions? Would it be possible to add? Well, no, you have to own Buzz. If you own BuzzSumo, it'll. I mean, I don't see what I'm not quite sure. I have BuzzSumo. I'm not quite sure how adding it. Whatever. We'll think and we'll talk about that a bit more. But I don't understand how to add that. How we want to add that. Someone's asking there. So, does anyone have any questions? Well, yeah, I'm going to share the link in the Skype chat. And I see a whole bunch of guys just saying they'd like to get going. And you said you're looking at adding same modules for other social sites. Yeah, we're going to be also adding in, just like we have Facebook crawling, just like we're doing this for Facebook, we're going to be doing this for Pinterest and some other social sites like Tumblr and a few others, right? So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're looking, I mean, Twitter, I don't know, Twitter is okay, but I mean, it's generally not really a social media site. We're looking at content to share, right? So we're, someone said Twitter, and we're looking at content. You're not really, it's going to come not from Twitter first, right? It's going to come from these other sites, especially we could look into that later on. But yeah, we're going to look at Pinterest, and then we're going to look at other social sites where they're content based, because Twitter is different. It's just message based. And, yes, you have images now and so on. Look, 5 friends. Okay, cool. 5 friend requests were accepted. Yes, we can. Oh, I've answered that already. Yes, we can sort by shares. Okay, guys. So if there's no other questions, thanks, Paul. The moment you realize you have the best tools. Yeah, you do. Okay, so if there's no other questions, I'm going to end it now, and I'm going to go ahead and share this link just after I've uploaded it to the Skype group, so you guys can dig in and start getting this content and using it to share on Reddit and these other social networks. Okay, guys, you're welcome, everyone, and I'll see you in the group.